So, to convert the lights, I bought this Chinese-made LED lights, in particular these ones. Oops, come on. So they look, let me see, just like this. Okay. I don't know why it's not focusing anyway. So I'm gonna use the bulb, and the socket I'm gonna remove. So to remove this socket, just take this wire and kind of unbend it, and then also do on this side. Okay, now the socket just comes off. So now you have the light ready. Okay, for the original light, need to remove it from inside the socket. So the light is attached to two metal blades that sit inside. So the blade has a little tab that you need to push in and then slide the blade out. So doing that, I push the blade in and then push on it, and same on the other side, push the blade in and it should slide out. Okay, so now that's the light bulb, and that's the socket that we need to reuse. So you can now pull the blades such a way. Now the wires, looks like it's they kind of welded, they're not soldered in, so I tried to unsolder to save the light bulb, but unfortunately all I can do is just cut them off. So we take and cut the blade off. Okay, and same on the other one. Okay, so now we have the blades. Okay, the light bulb goes in the storage bin. Alright, so now we need to attach the blades to the LED lights. So to make it easy, I'm gonna solder it. So what I've done here, oops, sorry, I measured the light bulb over here and I put a little line over here. So when I take my light bulb, I put it like this, okay, and then I know that the blade, when I put it in, has to be at this distance. So that's the distance that I'm going to solder the blade in. Now the leads on the LED lights are a little bit too long, so need to trim them back a little bit. So it turns that just where the bend was, we can just cut them back. Measure so they're not too long. Alright, so now we have the lights ready. Okay, for the blade to solder, just need to apply a little bit of flux onto the blade, and I need just a tiny bit in the center. Try not to overdo it. Alright, so now I'll set the blade at the line, pick up a light bulb, separate the leads a little bit, and now I need to wait for my iron to warm up. Okay, now that the soldering iron is hot, I'm going to take some of the solder, place the light bulb like so, and put a little dab. Alright, so this thing is attached. Now just wait to cool down, and as I have it, now I need to flip, basically just bend the ends like so. So bend one end and bend the other one. Okay, so now you need to make sure that this don't touch each other, and before putting it into the socket, you need to take a small screwdriver and unbend these little tabs so they click. Okay, so that's ready to be installed into the socket. Now the socket, so if you look inside the socket, I'm not sure if you see, but look closer, you'll see the little kind of a slides. So that's the closest to the end. Those are the slides that you're supposed to position the blades. So careful, position one blade and another blade. Okay, this one didn't go in right. Come on. Okay, so now you see my blades are not parallel, and that's why I'm having a little bit of trouble. So need to bend them so they're parallel. Okay, now they should go in. So careful, one side a little bit, then slide another side. Okay, so now the light bulb is inside. Seems like it's all the way down, and to complete, I'm gonna use my multimeter and the multimeter, it's set on a diode mode. So we're gonna check that this thing is actually operates, and you can see, let's try again, that it lights up this way. If we flip it, it doesn't, so it means the light bulb is good. So have to complete another two. So I already have done two lights. So these ones go for the backlight on the instrument, and these three lights go on temperature, odometer, and the clock. I'm not gonna do the rest of the lights because they just kind of intermediate, but these are the lights that constantly are on. So I decided just to kind of limit myself just to these light bulbs. So also, as you notice, there are two light bulbs with a black socket. So these are big light bulbs, and so I use these LEDs. I'll put down the description what the socket size is. I think it's T15, I can't remember. So I got all the light bulbs converted, installed. So there's the black one, there's this blue socket over here, and there's three green sockets over here and over here. So I think now just need to go to the car and try them and see if they work. The LED light bulbs, they only work in one position, being a diode. So if it doesn't work on a first try, you have to pull the light bulb out and turn it 180 degrees and install it again, and then should work. So I decided to pull the two big light bulbs out because they're too bright and I can't really see if the other ones are working. So before I did pull them out, so you can see I marked with a paint pen. So I put two dots on this side and one dot over here. And for the light bulbs, just orientation. So this I know goes like that, and this one with the two dots goes like that. So that shouldn't be a problem putting it back. So now I'm just gonna put the dash back, turn it on, and see if the other light bulbs are working. Alright, let's see. Yeah, I don't see any lights coming up, so which means I need to flip all the light bulbs. Well, it's a trial and error. Alright, let's try again. Alright, you see, so I have this light bulb working and the other side working. And on the camera it actually looks much brighter than it is. So you can see. Alright, so now I need to install, now I need to put the other two light bulbs in. But before I do that, I want to check that my the bottom ones are working. And I'm gonna turn on the ignition. Here I want to make sure, I want to warn you guys, do not turn the ignition if you don't have the dash connected, because then you're gonna have to go and erase the SRS light. So come on, my steering wheel locked. Okay. Alright, so we got the temperature working, we got this working, and we got that working. And all the rest of the lights is working. Okay, This is working. So that's it. Now I just need to put the other light bulbs and I think we're good to go. Alright, and this is the final result. So that's, of course, I could have used a little bit brighter LED on a side. Like this side is kind of okay, but this side is a little bit darker, but I think it's okay. If I turn the switch all the way, that's kind of okay. Now let's turn the ignition on. So that's everything. So I think everything lights up. Well, here you go, guys. That's an LED conversion for W202. Now, I just went with the white. I didn't want it to use the blue light bulbs, but if anybody wants to use any other colors, feel free, I guess, and probably the procedure would be the same. Thanks for watching.